Hey friends, it's Sunday night and here we are again. Happy to have you with me. I'm looking at all the comments because we have so many comments from since this afternoon. Some of you have been here for a long time chatting. And so I'm trying to catch up on all the comments, but there are so many. Oh my goodness. I might have to come back and read some of them later. I'm so sorry. But Shirley and Margaret and Cherie, I see you guys have all been on really, really earlier. And then Donna came in at about 7:23, but some of you here have been here for ages. Look, I'm going to go through and read all the comments later properly. I'm sorry that I can't quite get all of them right now, but welcome everyone. I hope that everyone is well and that you've had a fantastic afternoon. Hello, Margaret. The other Margaret. We have Margaret Gordon and Margaret Janowski, and I don't know if Margaret Griffith is here yet, but Margaret Griffith, I should say. But oh, there she is. I see her. We've got all the Margarets. All the Margarets are here tonight. Hey, Dolores, how are you going? Oh, it's lovely to see everyone. Hey, Sol Vega, thank you for your order the other night. Very much appreciated, and I hope your stuff comes really quick. I have to start by saying if you have ordered in the last week and a half, orders have been a little bit slow, but they seem to be starting to get back on track. So just be prepared. They may be slightly slower than usual. I think I mentioned it the other night that April 4th was the busiest day in Stampin' Up history for orders. So that really says how people are jumping on all the retiring items and all that kind of stuff. But you know what, guys? There's still heaps left. So don't feel like you've missed out on everything. Yes, there's a few things that went really, really fast right at the start, but there's still lots of things available. And so we're going to play with some things tonight. I've pulled out one of my favorite bundles that's retiring, and I thought that'd be fun to have a little bit of fun with that. If I haven't said hello to you personally, my apologies. I'm so sorry. Hey, Lynn, nice to see you. And Leslie, good to see you too. Good to see everyone. Katrina, hi. All right. And my apologies if I haven't said hello to everybody. It's just, it's a good problem to have too many people to say hi to, right? All right. So I thought what we'll do tonight, we'll switch over early. I'm going to go straight over to the desk and switch. Let's see. That might just need to straighten up slightly. I always go the wrong way. I had to go about 45 minutes ago. I had to go down to Aldi and pick up a couple of things that we needed. And I left my son in charge of putting the pies in the pie maker that I had made. And my husband had asked him to pick up a bottle of vodka. And I was trying to get it out of the locked cabinet. I mean, they unlocked it for me, and I was trying to get 2 bottles out, and I dropped one. Oh, and that stuff's not cheap. That's why it's in a locked cabinet, right? So it went everywhere, and thankfully they did not make me pay for it. They said that I could just go get another bottle. Like, yes, because otherwise that would have been a very expensive trip to Aldi. Never mind. What's done is done, right? All right, so that's my little bit of fun news tonight. I don't think I've had an interesting weekend. I spent a huge portion of this weekend going through my retired stock, making sure everything was pulled off the shelves. I still have a giant mess in here, but it's kind of an organized mess. Everything's in boxes. I can see what I've got. And it's making things a little challenging right now, but I am going to get there. And also, I don't know if anyone noticed when I've also got the camera angled over into the corner so that you can't see all the boxes stacked up against the wall over there. But never mind. All right. So my retired catalogue, or this one is retiring at the end of May. The new catalogue, where is it? Is it close by? Yes. This one will be coming out on the 2nd of May. So this one finishes on the 1st. Okay. So you've still got some time to get all the things out of it. And the other one that's finishing up on the same day as this is this one. Okay, so we actually have 2 catalogs finishing on the same day. So that's one reason why the retired list this time seems so huge, because there's actually 2 lists. And then all the beautiful goodies that are in here. Some of them I'm going to show you something out of here tonight, as I mentioned on Friday night. And then also I've got lots more arriving this week, and then I'll have lots more hopefully to show you next weekend. So that's pretty cool. I just went to pull that off because I thought it was an embellishment stuck to the outside, but it's actually printed on there. You'd think I'd know that. Anyway, all right. So when you go through, you can see I've gone through and highlighted every single thing and written down how much it's discounted by. So if you have questions about anything tonight, I can probably answer most of your questions. And you can see there's a huge number. You can turn to any page practically, and there's huge numbers of things that are highlighted because we've got so much leaving us. So on page, I think it's 23, let me just turn to it. Yep. We have this set called Paradise Palms, which has been around for a couple of years now. And I really love this set, and I haven't played with it for a while. So I thought that I would, I'm just looking at my light seems a little dark tonight. Let me just see if I can beef that up a little. Turn another lamp on maybe. Give me a second. That's going to be better, isn't it? Is that better? Yes, I think it is. All right, much better. Oh, hooray. Hey, Ellen, nice to see you or hear you, watch you, I guess. No, you're watching me and I'm just watching you type. But anyway, that's all good. I know, so good that they didn't make me pay, Cindy. I'm very happy about that. Yeah, that was good. And some of you know, about over a year ago now, I had a fall in Aldi and damaged my leg. And the guy who had to clean up my vodka tonight was actually the same guy that had mopped the floor that I slipped on just over a year ago. So that kind of, if I guess it was kind of a little bit of poetic justice to that, right? Anyway, all right. So I'm going to play with this one tonight because this is a favorite set of mine, and it's got some images in it that particularly lean to the way I like to create. And some of you may have seen me do images with these, and they're a little bit watercolory, right? So I thought we might play around with those. All right. So I'm going to do, and something worth telling you, this is 10% off. Okay. Now, if you buy the bundle, which is the stamps and the dies, you get 10% off the bundle anyway. So looking at the stamp set, I would think it makes no difference whether you buy the bundle, but it does, because the dies over on page 172 are marked down 40% if you buy them by themselves. So you're better off. If you want this bundle, don't buy the bundle. Buy the stamps and dies separately, because you will get 10% off the stamp set and you're going to get 40% off the dies. So buy them separately. That's my tip to you tonight. If you're loving these and you want to get them, and there's quite a few that are like that, you're better off. I had an order come through the other day. In fact, I think she's watching tonight. I had an order come through the other day where it was cheaper for us to buy the 2 items separately. She ordered the bundle, but when we looked into it, it was actually considerably cheaper for her to buy them separately, and that's what we did. So it saved her some money, which is great. All right, so here's the Paradise Palm set, and I'm going to be using watercolor paper tonight. I've actually cut a piece of our Fluid 100 watercolor paper, which is a really nice smooth watercolor paper. I've cut that full sheet, which is normally 5 inches by 7 inches. Yes, I know it's inches, but that's the measurement they use. I've cut it in half at the 3.5 inch mark. So it's now 5 by 3.5. And that's actually a really, really good size. Here's my finished card base. So this is just a piece of white. This is actually going to fit quite nicely on here. Can you see that? So it's a good size. I could cut it down a little bit more if I choose to, because I'm actually thinking of using, this is the Happiness Abounds DSP, which I really, really like. It is called Happiness Abounds, isn't it? And then if I put this on the back, we're not going to see very much of it. So I haven't decided whether I want to cut this down, but it might be enough to give the idea that I've got the blue at the top and green at the bottom, and I wanted it to look like that, so it would look like sky and grass at the bottom. So, and isn't that beautiful paper? It's like you can see the if I can hold it so you can see the detail, you can actually see like the canvas that it's been painted on. It's really lovely. So really, really like that. All right, so I've done a couple of things. I've already cut some of the dies, but that's okay. I'm going to come back to that in a minute. And I'm going to start by choosing the colors that I want to have. I've already decided that I'm going to have like sand and a bit of grass down the front here. And I'm going to have a palm tree that has garden green at the top, and then we have crumb cake for the, so I've already cut these pieces out, and they're going to end up sort of on the front here like this. Okay, so what am I going to do with the other colors? This has got Pool Party in the background and Granny Apple Green, so I could lean into those. Pool Party seems like a smart choice, and I might do something in those tones, like Coastal Cabana looks really good with Pool Party. But I'm thinking, I'm going to go with maybe a bluey tone, maybe the orchid for my mountains, maybe. And I really, I'm choosing and thinking as I go. I've just noticed too that my inks, I've pulled all my inks off the shelf that are retiring, but my Night of Navy might be mixed up in those because it's not on the shelf. And that's always sad if I can't find my Night of Navy ink pad. But let me have a quick look and make sure it's not here in the Bermuda Bay is another color I could work with in here. Night of Navy's just gone for a little walk, little wander. Oh well, that's okay. We'll just work around that. Also, Starry Sky is another nice strong blue that I might play with that. So in fact, I'm thinking maybe Starry Sky might be the go. All right, so I'm going to use this. It's kind of looks like a mountain, yeah. And I'm going to pop it on a block, a longish block. And I'm deciding where I want my mountain to go, probably about halfway up, I'm thinking. Let's go with Starry Sky. Let's just give that a whirl. And I'm just going to, I've managed to pick up a bit of extra ink along the top here. That happens quite a bit with long, skinny stamps. So just be aware that you might need to, it's smart if you're working with a long, skinny stamp to always check it before you stamp so that you're not adding extra lines, a halo effect around your stamps. Okay, so you can see, even though this is a dark color on the watercolor paper, it's not particularly strong, but we're going to fix that. Okay, so I'm actually going to add a second. I'm going to go a little higher. I'm going to kind of use this end here as a pivot point, and I'm going to go up. All right, don't worry, I know it looks weird, but that's okay. And then I'm going to go in the background here. All right, then I'm going to go to my my water painters, and I'm going to push a little bit of water through. Just takes a moment for that to come through. And I'm going to take it and I'm going to paint over it. Now, this is the magic of using watercolor paper in your stamps, especially these kind of watery colored images. It's going to give us a really nice watercolor effect with very, very, very little problems at all. It's just a really nice effect. So I'm just going to push that out. And I've sort of got some hills going on here. Does that kind of make sense what I've done there? All right. So I'm thinking maybe we will use, I've stayed away from the orchid at the moment. I'm going to go with the Bermuda Bay. This color is retiring. So, and in fact, I don't even know if there's any of it left. I know the refills, I'm pretty sure the refills have sold out. I'm going to grab, and this will seem like a strange thing, but I've done this before. I'm using this. This is actually one of the tree trunks, one of the palm trees, and I'm actually going to use it. I'm going to use it as my water. And this is just a little thing I like to do. I find this such a easy. So can you see I've just got a long straight line, and I'm going to bring it down. Right, just like that. And then I'm going to go back to my aqua painter, run the water through again, and I'm going to bring my water across. And we're going to kind of get the lines, but you also All right, so it's just looking now like some mountains and the water going on down the bottom here. You can kind of really get it very pale at the bottom here. Where are the three sisters? Oh, it does look like I could probably do like a Blue Mountains kind of a thing, but no, we're definitely going for a Hawaiian kind of a feel with this one. All right, so I'm kind of starting here. You can see how easy that was to do. Really simple. And I've also left some white bits along the edge because that makes them kind of look like sand dunes, which I really like. So now I'm deciding whether I want to use the palm trees that are actually in this kit, these three little ones. I mean, I could add some here, but what if I wanted to use, I think I do. Let's just, while I let that dry and do its thing there, I'm deciding whether I want to add anything onto it. I want to have, let me grab my scissors. This is, so basically I've cut this palm tree, which is from one of the dies. Let me just show you those because they're really nice. There's a whole bunch of dies in here that are very, very useful. All right. So we've got the big one, which is the one I've used to cut my palm tree, this big one right here. Okay, and I've cut it from crumb cake. We've got one for the sun or the moon. We've got our different trunks here and the tops of the trees that you can add to them, which looks really nice. We've got the grassy bit, which I've cut. That's this bit here. We've also got this kind of just, this is just a decorative edge. This is really nice. I really like this piece. Can you see it clearly? It's kind of like got a, there you go. You can see it better there. And then we've got some palms and yes, so just a really nice holiday kind of a set. All right, so this I'm going to come back to. This, I've actually cut one from this one here. I've cut one from crumb cake and then I've cut another one from garden green. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the trunk off my garden green piece. So I just cut the top for this bit. And then this one is going to go on here. Now I could glue it right on top of the crumb cake one and you barely see it, but I'm tempted. I think what I'll do is actually just cut them and then piece them back together. So I think that might look a little neater. All right, just like that. So my plan is to have this kind of here on here and coming up, if you get the idea. All right, sort of like this. And I think that might look nice, but do I want to have some of these trees as well? Because if I did, they would need to be further down. No, I think they might look, that might be a bit crazy. I don't think I would want to do that. Now this little piece here is going to go down the bottom, all right? But there's, as you can see, I've cut it from So Saffron, all right, which is another retiring color. But then we've got some grass here as well. So I'm actually thinking, let me see what's going to look good. I'm going to pick, deciding what color green to use because will Old Olive be too, it might be okay. Let's just do it. So this is dark or light? This is dark. Let me see if I got a light Old Olive. Old Olive. I said Lolive. Never mind. All right, so I'm just going to color. You could also use a sponge and some ink too on this. And I'm just going to color these with my blends. How are we doing? Is everyone okay? Thank you. I think watercoloring is easy. I really do, but I know some people have told me that they do struggle with it, and I think part of it is just letting go and just kind of just doing it and not worrying so much about, you know, and just enjoying the process. I think enjoying watercolor is a big part of what makes it look good. And don't feel like you have to fill the whole lot in. Leave some white spots, you know, because they add life to what you're doing. So I think a lot of people find watercoloring difficult because they're trying to make it something, and sometimes it's better to just let it be and have fun. I don't know. Does that make sense? I think that's how I feel about watercoloring. All right, let's have a look. Let's try and. So now I've got some, and I ended up going with the lighter green. Didn't want it to be too strong. I'm just coloring these in to get All right, so just to give a bit of a green tinge to that. All right, so this is going to end up down the bottom here. It's a nice, and if I go a bit over the edge, that won't matter because I can always chop that into place. And then this tree is going to go here, and I'm going to have this one here. But I need to do my sky first. So it's coming together. What do you think? Do we like this? All right, let's grab a blending brush and do our sky. I could use watercolor, but I like the mix of techniques. So I'm actually going to use some Pool Party and maybe some Coastal Cabana. So these colors are not retiring. It's just the Bermuda Bay that's retiring. What's a good set for splotches and splatters? I like Quiet Meadow. That's probably my favorite splatter at the moment. But we've got some nice ones in other sets. Are you thinking particularly of retiring sets or any sets? Retiring sets, I'd have to have a little look through, but what have I got that's got good splotches in it? Quiet Meadow, like I said, that's this one. And that's got this really nice splatter that I use a lot. See that one there? This is a really good set. Plus, I love this kind of backgroundy kind of textured type. I really like that. Now we all have Irresistible Bloom, which is on online exclusive, and it's got this splatter. And that's a nice one as well. So I'm just having a little look. Oh, you guys are talking about particular things. Let me quickly read through. Daffodil Daydream does have spots. You're right, Kelly. Yep, in the current catalogue, and I believe it's retiring. But we like a good splatter, right? So I'm trying to pick up a little bit more Pool Party ink because it's going on. And you need to do a couple of layers of this for it to look really, really good. And I'm going to come down almost all the way down to the mountains, but a little bit of lightening. So if you stop just short, it makes the edge, like the wide edge just above the mountains, looks really, really good. And like there's a little bit of light on the horizon there. Can you see what I mean? How it looks really nice, how it kind of follows the line. And then let's add, I was just thinking I should have done probably Granny Apple Green for my grass to match this, but that's okay. All right, so now I'm moving up to Coastal Cabana, and it's a little bit darker, as you can see, and we're going to go over the edges of this, but not going as far down this time. All right, so that's how that's looking. Looks good, doesn't it? And like I normally go, like I said, with navy for mountains in the distance, but I think the Starry Sky looks all right as well. All right, so the Bermuda Bay goes back with the retiring inks, and Pool Party and Coastal Cabana stay out. I've got all these holes at the moment in my ink pad storage, and it's kind of weird. All right, so this is going to end up down the bottom here. And then we're going to have, now I'm just looking at this. This is the crumb cake, and I just feel like it's maybe needs a bit of blending on it. And I'm wondering what color. Now, I'm thinking maybe we could pick a new color. Pebble Path might look really nice with that. Pebble Path is a new color that's coming out on the 2nd of May, but demonstrators can get it now. So I'm going to try going over this with Pebble Path and just adding a little bit more. I feel like it needs a bit more texture to the trunk, even though it's a small trunk. Now, has everyone, you probably all know this, but when you open a new ink pad, okay, a couple of things to notice. First of all, it doesn't have, when you get it, it doesn't have the name of the stamp set, the ink pad or the ink color on the outside. All right, so what you want to do is you turn over to the back, And on the back here, you've got some labels, okay? And you've got the labels, it's Pebbled Path, but in various different languages. So, and there is actually here, down here, this is to actually lift it off. And as you can see, it all comes off except for the labels. So that makes the labels easier to get at. All right, so for anyone who hasn't seen this before, this could be a useful thing to know. All right, I'm just going to, you can use, take your pick tool, just pop your blade or your, of your scissors, or you take your pick tool underneath the label, and then we're going to pop it right there along the front. And I like to use the name so I can easily see it. You can easily see it on the outside here. So when it's stored, I know straight away which color it is, even if, you know, even if I can't see the top. All right, so they open like a compact and then slide back into place. All right, so this will be very new ink. Oh, look how dark it is. So I'm going to get a little bit of that off, and I'm going to add a little bit of shading to that. And that just makes it look a little bit more striking. And I've got it a little bit darker at the bottom. All right, so I'm going to pop this. Let's pop it on with some Tombow. Or whatever adhesive you happen to have, whatever adhesive you happen to like. I'm a big Tombow fan, but Tombow's not everybody's thing, so I like it. This one's nearly empty, so I need to. How often do I have nearly empty Tombows? A lot, right? I'm just gonna have that going along the edge there. Now, I could have brought my water further down if I wanted to. I've left it kind of just where it is. I've been a bit haphazard with it, but I kind of like that. And I'm going to turn over onto the back here, and I'm going to cut off any overhanging bits of what I just stuck on. All right. And it's sort of coming together. So I want this to sort of be down here in the grass. So I can have it on top, or probably just behind, and it's up to you to decide exactly where you want it. I want it kind of going up the side there, so let's pop a little bit of Tombow on the back of that. And if I've missed any comments or questions, I am so sorry. Please ask the questions again. Yell them at me if necessary, because sometimes when I'm creating, especially when I'm doing, come on Tombow, especially when I'm getting, all right, I give up. We're going to go with a new one. I'm throwing that one away. There it goes. Try another one. Yeah, that's better. Is there anything like artistically inked for backgrounds? Just trying to remember which one that is. Is that the one with the alcohol ink looking background? Is that the one? Is that the one you mean? All right, so this is going to go kind of here at an angle, and then I've got my garden green piece here, and that's going to go right there. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit of Tombow behind this as well. I know there is something calming about palm tree cards. I agree, and that's why as soon as I saw this one, I really wanted it. I'm a bit sad that it's leaving us, because I've made some really nice cards with this that I really, really enjoyed making. It's very relaxing. Not only to receive one, but to make them. It's really nice. All right, so I'm going to have that because I want this going over the edge slightly. All right, just like that. Now I was going to put a sun in the air, in the sky, and I still can, because we have a stamp for that. So I could actually stamp that, and I probably should have stamped it and then put the tree a little bit over it, but maybe I'll move it to one side. All right, let's do that. What color sun should we have? We could go daffodil. We could. Or we could go, what do you think? Does anyone else get a lot of enjoyment out of using, I'm using daffodil. It's quite light, but I don't want it to be very, very dark. I want it to be a lightish color here. All right. So I only want it to be a light kind of a thing. And if I wanted to, I could run my, like use a sponge dauber and actually make that a little stronger. But I'm actually okay with it as it is. I'm just going to leave it light, I think. All right. And of course, because our watercolor sort of runs out down here, we can put a greeting somewhere down the bottom here, I think. Now, the only thing I'm not particularly happy with at the moment is the color of the grass. I think that's wrong. And I'm thinking I might fix that up with a bit of watercolor. So let's go. Let's go match this color up a little. I'm actually going to pull up some garden green. You can see I've got some here, and I'm going to just use it straight from the ink pad. And I'm going to be a bit careful. And we're going to, I'm not going to do all of it. I'm just going to sort of add a little bit here and there because we do have our green underneath. So I think that's going to look better. Sorry, I go quiet when I colour. Anybody else? Colouring and cutting, I have to go quiet. I have to concentrate. Hold my tongue just right. Anyone else like that? All right, I am bringing it down a little bit. That's better. I like it better. And I decided not to use these guys. I felt they'd be competing too much with the other palm tree. So I'm just leaving those. All right, so I've got my piece of basic white card already folded in half to make a card base. And I'm actually going to pop this straight on. And this is how this is going to look like with that behind it. Can you see that? It kind of just extends the picture out a little bit, even though the colors are slightly different. And that's okay. I feel all right about that. So let's grab some Tombow. So did everyone hear me talking the other night about Tombow and the price increase for the Tombow? So there's some basic items that are going up in this new catalogue that's coming on the 2nd of May. So my advice to you is to stock up on what you need this month so that when the prices go up next month, you're kind of prepared, okay? Card stock is going up. Envelopes are going up. Tombow glue. I did actually write what a few basic items, what some things were going up by. All right, so this is going to go like that. I'm going to pop this on dimensionals. How will you apply bling to this card? Do you think the card needs bling? Now, Jody, I know you think bling is always necessary, but what do you think about this card? Does it need bling? Let's have a look at it. I'll turn it back up the other way, and you can give your professional opinion, because I know you have one. Right. I think I've got all my backings off now. Yep. Let's pop that right there in the center. All right. So I think if we're going to have a greeting, it would need to go down quite low. I could stamp it straight on the base, or I can put it on a label. This set has some nice greetings. It has a very nice happy birthday, which is this small one here. Okay, but we've also got hope you find a little paradise wherever you may be. Retirement wishes, which we don't have a lot of stamps that say that, so that's kind of interesting. And wishing you a warm and beachy kind of day. Now, I haven't used this one very often, but I have used the happy birthday quite a bit, and I've used the hope you find a little paradise. I've used that one quite a bit as well. So, so there we go. I'm just deciding. Faux sea gems. Ooh, I wonder if those would go. Did you know that the faux, the sea, or they sea glass, those are being retired. So I do have some though. So let me grab them. It's a little harder for me to find some of the things that I have right now because things are being sold, selling out. and it's hard because I've taken all my retiring stuff off the shelf probably a little earlier than I normally would, and I don't even know where my where are the sea glass? No, sea glass is not in that pile. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to do sea glass right now, but I'll just pull out the current stuff so we can see what I do have. They're in their normal box. Oh my goodness. Everything is everywhere, guys. What a weekend. I've got a green and white stripy box that I keep all my embellishments in, and it's close by because I just had it earlier, but now it's nowhere to be found. Ah, found it. All right. Let's see. We have our iridescent rhinestones, of course, because you can't go wrong with those. I think the pearls are not right. The sea glass would be nice if I could find them, or I might find them after and post them later. We also have, I'm surprised these guys are staying around for another year. The brushed butterflies. I can't say all of it together because it's too hard for me to say. Brushed brass butterflies. If I concentrate, I can say it. And then we also have our pastel gems with these lovely gold gems. Those are nice. And I've got some littles. We've got our festive pearls. So I've got some silver and gold festive pearls, which are the little tiny weeny ones. Those could work. So there's a whole bunch of things there that might work, but I'm not sure about any of them. And if I find the faux glass shapes, they might just be perfect. The pebble path and use the stamp below the sun. I know, all the retired bling is out. That's the problem. You just had a drink. There you go. glad to enable, right? So, all right, I'm going to leave this for now because I know that the pebbles are doing the rounds, unless I gave them away. I don't think I did. But those are not far away. So I'm going to come back and add those. And that's my first card with a retiring set. Do you know what? Now that I've actually added it with this paper behind, I think I liked it better on the white. And I'm tempted to actually redo it just on white card. I think it might look better and show off my design better. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Anyway, there you go. Card number 1. So let's move that out of the way. And I'm going to move into card number 2. I'm making a big mess tonight, but that's okay. So I was saying to some of you the other night, I've now listed about nearly 20 items, and they're bundles, mostly bundles, except for one on eBay. And I'm getting rid of some of my stuff. Oh my goodness, it's time. It's time I have to get rid of it, right? So that was something old. Now we have something new, okay? And I want to show you this because it's kind of fun. This is a new set that's going to be in our brand new catalogue, and it's called Little Monkey, as you can see. And it's very, very cute. I haven't used it yet, although I did make myself a little punched monkey, just like punch art monkey this afternoon. But I'm going to do another one and show you what I've got here. So the punch is really, really cute. All right. I'm going to use early espresso. We're going to make a brown monkey. And what I was going to do initially, what I did when I did this earlier was I actually punched my monkey, and I don't need a very big piece because I'm doing this piece, which is the face. This bit is the face, so you don't need to do that in the same color. So I only did my top bit, and then I came back with a lighter color and did the bottom bit. So so that's what I was doing. So I just punched it and put it together. But then when it came to adding in the ears and so forth, I realized it's actually really helpful if you have the stamp to stamp it first, and then that's a guide where to put the ears, like where to glue them. So I am going to use early espresso, which is exactly the same color. And here is the stamp, this little guy here, that matches my monkey punch. Okay, so all right. I'm going to pop that on here, and this is just going to be like a guide for me. The other thing, when I did this earlier today, my son, when I punched out this as well. He went, "Is that a banana?" I'm like, "Yep, it sure is. It's a banana." So you want that one in a different color as well. All right, so you can see I've got my little monkey. You can probably barely see him. Can you just see him? There he is on there. And that's just a good guide for me, so I know where to put the ears and things, because these two little round things here are actually the inside of his ears. So you want those in a different color. So I'm going to pop this in, and I'm going to line it up with the stamping. It might be hard for you to see this, but I can see it enough for it to be a good guide. I'm just making sure that I've got it all lined up, looking pretty good. And then I'm going to punch. Right, so I don't know if you can see him now. Can you see his face? Not that, oh, sorry, trying to get it underneath the camera. That's always challenging. You can kind of see it. So that's a good guide for me to know where to put the face and the other bits on when I get to those. So I'm going to use a new color. So Saffron is retiring, and that would look good as well. It's a little bit different to this. We looked at all the colors on Friday night, and if you want a good comparison of what all the new colors look like next to the existing colors or colors we've had in the past, then watch that video, because that has some really good tips on what to do with that. All right, so I'm going to just cut a strip of paper, and that just makes it easier for me to actually, I could, because all I really want is I want the banana and I want the face and the ears. So I actually don't need very much. So I've already, it doesn't matter anyway. I'm just gonna do it. All right, I'm going to do that. So now I've got the face, I've got the banana, how cute is that? And I've got the two little ears. I don't need the body because we're not having a yellow monkey. All right, let's move that out of the way. There's a lot of punches. It's easier to punch it on a strip than it is to punch elsewhere. Okay, so can you see now what I'm saying, that now we know where to put the face, because we have the stamped bit there that is actually a guide for where the face should go. So I can actually go ahead and stick that face straight in. So I'm just gonna grab a bit of glue, a bit of Tombow there, and I'm going to pop that right here. So it's just, I followed the lines of my stamp to know where to put the face. And then I've got these two little guys, and those are going to go here, like right next to the face. One here and one here. They're slightly flat on one side because that's the side that faces towards the face. So that's how they're going to look. They're going to go on like that. So easiest way to do it, actually, if I had a pair of tweezers, I do have a pair of tweezers handy. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to pop them. Oh, or you could use your take your pick tool. That'd actually be even better. All right, and I'm going to put a tiny dab of glue, if my Tombow will play nice. There we go, tiny dab of glue, and then I'm just going to pop that on the dab of glue, just like that. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Who likes this kind of paper piecing when you're doing punch art like this? Who likes to do this? I'd be very interested to hear who enjoys this kind of piecing together work. Right, just like that. There we go. You can see how he's coming together even before you put a face on or anything else. Okay, and then you've got your banana, which we could add some yellow blends or something like that to them, or any markers, and make it into a little bit more of a interesting banana. Okay, so our little monkey can do all kinds of things. Now you could then stamp him again and stamp the face back on, if that makes sense. Or you can see, you can make him have this kind of face. So he can have a number of faces. He can have, actually that one would look really cute. This is like a little sleepy face. You could stamp that one on the smiley face like we've already had, or this one has a smiley face, and this one looks like he's also sleeping. He's got his eyes closed. But I like this one with the eyelashes. That's really fun. So I'm thinking about pulling that one out and seeing what I can do with that. And there's lots and lots of like little, here's all the stamps. Aren't they cute? So you've got your little leaves, and there's a heart, and there's a branch for them to hang from. This one can hang by his tail. This one can hang by its tail. Very, very cute. Super cute little set. And if you've got kiddies in the family or grandkids or, you know, that kind of thing, then you're going to really like this one. Actually, do I want to do that? I think I do. Let me see. I'm going to grab a block. I'm going to pop it on block D, and I'm going to grab my Early Espresso marker, okay, and I'm just going to do up the face. I could, if I wanted to, just do the eyes. The eyes and the nose and the lips or the mouth. But you could do the whole face, because that's actually going to be, that's going to sort of line inside your face piece. Now, photopolymer stamps don't work as well with our Stampin' Up markers as rubber does. So just bear that in mind when you're using it. It's not as clear as stamping. Rubber is superior when it comes to using your markers, definitely. But I think I've got enough here that I can, let's pop this on. There we go. Can you see that? How cute is that? Cute little one with little eyelashes. I love eyelashes on monkeys. Don't know why. They're just super cute, right? Eyelashes on animals, generally speaking, are super, super cute. All right. So that then, of course, could go on maybe a circle. That would look really cute. And then I have this week I have some really nice new in color paper coming that this would look really, really good with. Or, you know, we've got some lovely designer papers. But I'm thinking I could just make a little scene too. So let me grab. Okay, so here's my base, my basic white card base. And I'm going to grab a bone folder. Let's pop that to one side. And then I'm going to grab some deciding what size to do. I'm going to go 9.5. You like monkey set, Sean? Ah, born in the year of the monkey. Oh, that's a cool idea. I didn't think of that. To work with your Chinese New Year stuff. All right, so let's have a bit of a play. I like this stamp here. This one is, and I'm going to do it in, I'm actually going to stamp it in black. So, and I'm going to just clean off the palm that I used before and move that to one side. And then we're going to use, here we go. So I'm just going to, now when it comes a long skinny stamp, you're always better laying it face down and then picking it up with your block rather than trying to put it onto your block, because it's really easy to make it the wrong shape, like to stretch it the wrong direction. So I think that it's worth mentioning that. Now, let's have a bit of fun with this. I'm going to have my branch coming in from this side, I think. And let's choose this dark crumb cake. So I'm just going to color that in. It's time to use the other side, I think. So blends work really well with your water-based inks such as Memento, or you can use any water-based ink for your outline, but the Memento does work really, really well. And then I'm deciding whether I'm going to be putting my monkey onto a circle. Oh my gosh, have I lost my monkey? Okay, everyone, where did I put my monkey? Did I drop? I think it's a girl monkey. I've decided it's a girl. I don't know why, just think it probably is. Really? I've also got this little monkey here. I'm thinking I'm going to stamp him. So I've got the monkey stamp. Has anyone noticed? Oh, that's okay. Do you have this one, Shirley? It's on the bottom of my trimmer. Thank you. Thank you, somebody. Oh, well, it must have been there, but it's not there now. But maybe it fell off. Maybe. Oh, hang on. Found it, I think. Ta-da! Found it. Thank you, everyone. You sent me in the right direction. All right, so I've got this monkey here. And then I'm thinking maybe this one here. The only thing is I should have masked. So what I should have done is had the I can probably fill it in. That's probably okay. I'm going to give it a whirl anyway. So let's see. Basically, I'm just creating a scene with these monkeys because they're fun. And I want to use a mat under here to get a better inking. All right. So we might have to do a little bit of creative something going on with the tail. And actually what I might do is, where's a blender pen? Here's one. Oh, not that one. So I'm going to actually take off the color off the tail. And here. Actually, that's okay, that bit, but anyway. That's a really cute monkey. Oh my goodness, how cute are they? And then I think we need some grass and bits and pieces happening down the bottom. So just looking to see what we have. I've got, okay, so I've got these cool little kind of like, they look like they might be some sort of tropical leaves, these ones here. And then we've also got these ones. So let's use both of those. Grab some smaller blocks. So I'm going to pop that one on there. And this one on here. This is when I'm always glad I've got a couple of sets of all my blocks. It's really handy. And actually I'm going to, even though it's going to take a little bit more time, I'm going to do something with this. I'm going to cut this out, this one. So I'm going to do a little bit of masking with these because the masking is a really handy thing to do when you want things to overlap. And that's what I should have done up here. But when I color it in, it's going to be okay. But I'm going to cut this. And the secret to getting a good mask is going on exactly on the line or just slightly inside. Do not cut outside the line like we normally would. We're going to cut it. You weren't going to get it? Haha. I got it because it was because it was a good price being a punch and stamp bundle. I find punch and stamp bundles really well priced. And I think they're a really good thing to have. And then also, not everyone has a cut and emboss machine. So for the people who don't have them, punches are fantastic. And so I like to always pick at least one stamp and punch bundle from every catalogue if I can. That just works really well for me. All right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put this one right there on top of the other one. And then I'm going to get that. I could use the same leaf or a different leaf, either one. And I'm going to stamp this straight over the top of that other leaf. You're probably thinking, what's she doing? Right? But when I take off this bit, you can see now that leaf looks like it's behind. And that's a really nice way to go. I'm going to have a couple more of these, and I'm going to do another masked one of them. And then I think probably I'll do another one of those, and I'm going to put one of these down here. Okay, that's not looking bad. I do one more in the corner, maybe just one more. Can't help it. Right, so now I can color these in my different colored greens, whatever green I would like to have. And I'm going to put this mask back here because I want to have my, well, I made a mess. I've got black on my fingers, but that's okay. I'm just going to, so I'm going to have, although, no, you know what? If I just use this guy, he can just sit there right down in the bottom. That looks fine, doesn't it? So what color will we make our monkey in the middle? We can do another early espresso, but if I was to use, if I use blends, I would probably go with soft suede. I don't have early espresso anyway in blends, or I can use my water pen, even though it's not watercolor paper, but that doesn't matter, and we can color it in early espresso. So all right, so I'm just going to give this one a little bit of color, and I'm going to do it quite roughly. And I'm going to pick up. So best way to do this is to get a small block. Doesn't matter what size. It doesn't, but just a smallish one. That's probably a little big, but anyway. Dip it into the ink pad so it picks up some ink. Grab your water pen and then use it as a palette. Okay, so that's the easy way to do this. And then you can see now we can get the color quite dark. And I can squeeze some water through it and I then get a lighter color. And I'm going to go darker on the tail because then I can go over that branch. I'm going to go a little bit lighter on her head. I'm calling it a girl. I've decided it's a girl. With eyelashes like that, it has to be a girl, right? Some nights, I know I love having all of you with me and it's so nice, but some nights I kind of feel, I get into the creating and I feel like I'm a little bit by myself, if that makes sense. All right, so, okay, that's looking okay. We like this. Now, this color is a new color, Lemon Lolly, but I don't have that ink pad yet. So I'm going to pull out my So Saffron ink pad and we're going to use So Saffron for this, even though it's a slightly different yellow. But that's okay. It's comparable. Or we could have done a pink face, I suppose, for a girl. But anyway. I'm just going to squeeze a bit more ink. That's looking a little, I'm going to get a different, here you go. Here's a nice small one. And make sure I've got all my colour gone and just pick up some So Saffron there. You can see the colour is quite different. I showed the two colours next to each other on Friday night, and I was amazed myself how different they were, because I'd kind of thought they were similar, but they're really not. They're quite different. All right, so we need a little bit more colour. We need some, oh, I might go bright. I might go Granny Apple Green maybe for some of our leaves down here. Why not? This is the dark Granny Apple Green. So let's I'm gonna use the smaller end. And you don't have to do the whole thing. You can leave some white bits, because that looks quite nice, or you could fill that in with the lighter one. But I like leaving a little bit of white. A little bit of white looks good. Now I've got a couple of little marks here. That's where my other monkey is going to go. So I'm not worried about smudges. Might go in with my small end. Now you could, if I had more time, I'd probably make all these little branches and leaves things go all the way around, because I think that would look really nice. It would look like we were looking in through a, you know, a gap in the forest or something, in the jungle. I think that would be really nice. All right, it's coming together. And I'm thinking maybe a slightly darker green, which would probably be an olive. No, that's light mossy meadow. I'm thinking maybe we had light olive before, didn't we? This is dark. Light old olive. Let's try that. No, that's too light. All right, we're moving up to the dark. So everything I'm using tonight, whether it be the blends or the inks or anything you've seen me use, and I've used a few different techniques tonight, so it's been a bit technique heavy, but whatever I'm using, you can purchase all these items. If it's the new stuff like the monkeys, those won't be available until the 2nd of May, but everything else is available right now. And some of the things I've used, like the palms, are super, super cheap right now. They're discounted way down. All right. So definitely worth having a little look. And how you do that, you go to my blog and then you go to the Shop Now button, or my Facebook page for those of you who are following me on Facebook. And from there, you go to the online store and you can search all the products. The online exclusives are in there. The discounts are in there. It's actually pretty cool. I think it's a really great way, because you can do it at your convenience. You don't have to dress up. You can do it from home and in your pajamas if you want to, any time of night or day. And I have to tell you, I get I still do a happy dance every time I get an order because, obviously that's my job. And I have been doing Stampin' Up now for 17 years. I absolutely love it. Love it as much as I did when I first started. I mean, what's not to love? Look what I'm doing. I'm coloring and playing with little monkeys. I mean, how cool is that? And showing you guys, and yeah, it's just heaps of fun. I love this. So because I've been doing this all these years, obviously it's been a while, and the fact that I love it as much today, in fact probably more than when I first started, is testament to how much fun I've been having. But I still do a happy dance every time I get an order. All right. Is there a trick to get the lid off the blends? Sometimes people do tell me they have trouble. I don't. Maybe because I've been in and out of them so many times. And I think some are tighter than others. When they're new, they're certainly a lot tighter. But like these ones have been in use for a long time and they're really easy to get off. But they are designed to snap on and actually be very tight, because you don't want them evaporating, because that's what, if the lids don't go on really tight, they will evaporate and they won't last. So that's the reason that they're so tight. I know that that's probably not satisfactory when you're having problems with them, but all right, I'm going to put this little guy on dimensionals. Black or white, doesn't really matter. I'm going to use black because that's what I happen to have closest. And I'm going to take those off. And I'm going to put my little monkey right down here. Right there in front of the grass. Is he too low? Maybe he's too low. I don't know. Anyway, the other thing I could do with this, if I had more time, was I could use blends and do it like a light, maybe a pool party in the background or something like that. Pool party, as you may have noticed, is a favorite color of mine for doing that kind of thing. Now I have got, let me see, just going to have a little look. I have got, and this would be a good place here for a greeting right here. And I could stamp it straight on, or I could put it on a banner. What words have we got? We've got little monkey just swinging by to say hi, and I'm bananas about you. I think little monkey is a really cute one for a baby, you know, like a baby card. I think that's a really fun, and I might do that one today. Plus, you know, that is what the stamp set is called, right? So let's go little monkey, and I'm going to pop it on a block. There we go. And I'm going to use early espresso because that seems to be, I could also use, actually, maybe I'll use old olive because that's a nice strong green as well. And that might look good on this one. All right. I'm going to just pop that right there. Now this definitely needs bling, this card. I haven't finished it yet. I'm going to put this on, I'm going to mount it on a early espresso, or I could do old olive base before I put it on my actual card base. We already folded one earlier, didn't we? Here it is. See, that's how that's going to go on there. But I'm tempted. Do you think we need a mat around it? Do you think that would look better if we did that? Oh, banana. I forgot about the banana. Thank you. Forgot all about the banana. How could I forget that? All right, and I don't even know if I had another one already, but I'm just going to cut another one. There we go. Oh, we did, didn't we? I had the, there it is. Now I've got two bananas. Hey, they could both have bananas. All right, so let's have a little look. I'm going to add some color to my banana. I think just a little bit. This is Dark Daffodil Delight. That might be too dark. Maybe. And then maybe, you know, maybe a little bit of black on the end. Right here. See, can we see that? Oh, where is, why do I have so much trouble finding the camera? I can't get it right. It's like looking in the mirror from behind. All right, so that's kind of how it's looking. Yes, it will need bling, and matte definitely, says Jody. Yes, says Margaret. Okay, all right. Okay, all right, so this little monkey here is going to be holding a banana like that. What do you think? I think that looks good. So I'm going to pop that on a little bit of Tombow. There we go. like that. It's cute. And do we want an old olive mat or an early espresso mat? Choices, choices. I'm grabbing both so I can check out which one I prefer. Here's the old olive. Sorry, early espresso. That's how that would look. And that looks good because it picks up the colour in the monkeys. And then we have the old olive, which is going to pick up the colours in the leaves. Which one? Espresso, said Kelly, and Kelly's the first. Okay, espresso it is. All right. So I'm going to cut the card front size for the espresso, which is, for anyone who's wondering what size that is, the standard size is 14.3 centimetres long by 10 centimetres wide. I think I just bumped the... And now we're crooked, aren't we? I'm so sorry. Let's try it coming straight again. There we go. Oh, no. Maybe it wasn't that crooked. There we go. All right. So this one here. Actually, the yellow of the banana really sets this off. I really like it. In fact, I'm going to go around this whole thing. I've got my blend here. I'm just going to go zipping around that whole thing with my blends marker around the outside. Around the outside, around the outside. Okay. That looks better. The other thing is, Shirley, you were asking about the marker caps. Try and get them on as soon as you use them, because once again, you don't want to leave them off, because that can lead to your blends evaporating, and you don't want that. So you want them to last good long lives. So the lid should be tough to put on, but not so tough that you have trouble removing them. All right, let me pop that on. And there we go. How are we liking this? Is this fun? It's a fun little card, yeah? And get that. And positioning that right there on the front. Right there on the front. And now I have my little monkey card with my monkey hanging from the top. Oh, bling. We didn't do bling. Okay. This time I think we have a few more options than we did for the other card. So I think some gold would look nice. And also the other one that would look nice would be the brushed, what are they? Brushed metallic adhesive gems. Those are nice. And I haven't got any gold ones left, but I have got these green, and they would look nice too. Or the copper. What do we think? Matte dots, says Jody. I don't have very many matte dots. Okay, I have got there's a set of black matte dots. We could do black matte dots. And we've also got, well, there you go. I've got some gold of the brushed metallic ones. Those might look nice. Those are really pretty. And those are not retiring, much to my surprise. I thought they would, but they're not. That is all I think I have right now. So, oh, brushed butterflies. Yes, those might look good. Didn't think of them. Black matte dots. All right. So thank you, Judy. I'm glad you like it. I see Kelly's asking Jody what bling she would like, because, you know, Jody's the only one whose opinion seems to matter when it comes to bling. Matte dots. And the only ones I have are the black ones. But we could do those, if I can find them. That is the question, right? Here we go. I think I have, oh no, that's Those are the glossy dots. Glossy dots are also not retiring. And neither are these. These ones are not retiring. And those, we have some dark green ones. Those might look good. Ooh, that's a possibility. And you did say the butterflies. The butterflies could be good. Here we go. Got some matte dots on here. So, matte dots. There we go. So I'm going to have one here. And I'm going to have a couple up near this other monkey. There we go. I'm going to call that finished. What do you think? Do we like it? Is that fun? I think it's a fun card. And if you have little monkeys in your life, and you don't need me to tell you if you do, then this could be the perfect set for you. It's going to be very cool. For anyone who's wondering how much it will be, I can tell you the price. I can't show it to you in the catalog yet, but I can tell you the price. Let me just quickly grab it. Of course, now I won't be able to find. Oh, here we go. Okay, so it's going to be on page 52 of the new catalog, and it's called Little Monkey. The stamp set by itself is $37, but the punch bundle with the stamp set is $68.25, which is a great price for a bundle punch and stamp set. So I think that's really cute. So there you go. I'm actually considering, and I think I'm going to pull that backing piece of paper off. I've decided I don't love it as much with that. I think I liked it better without. What do you guys think? Do you think we could lose the backing piece, or do we like it? What do you think? You think butterflies as well? Okay. Oh, thank you, Lynn. Appreciate it. You guys are funny. Oh, have a good week, Katrina. Nice to have you here. Oh, no, I didn't know that she was here either. Judy was very quiet. Oh, good night, Judy. I hope you have a good day tomorrow. Let me see. You think the backing piece looks good, Karen. Okay, maybe I keep it. And Lynn's saying I keep it as well. But Leslie said to lose it. Interesting. Well, there you go. 2 cards. And you know what? We could have done the palm tree with the monkeys. The palm tree would have worked with them too, don't you think? We could have combined the two. So there you go. 2 different cards tonight. Something a little bit different. Don't forget the palms are going. If you love them, grab them. The dies are 40% off. So they're a really good price right now. I think they're $36 something. And then the little monkey is a new bundle that you won't actually see until it comes out in the catalog on the 2nd of May. In the meantime, I will see you all on Friday night. I hope to have some more new things to show you on Friday night. And then also we have Craft Along coming up in just under 2 weeks. So those of you who are on my newsletter list will get information about that coming out. If you're not on the newsletters list, head over to the blog. I'll put the blog address on the screen for you right now. It's lhiggins.blogspot.com. Head over there and there's a sign up form just on the right hand side, just under the top banner, that allows you to sign up for the newsletter. And then that way you get all the news and all the bits and pieces. I'll have stuff in the newsletter about what's coming. We are going to be doing a technique this month in Craft Along. It's going to be embossing folder techniques, which you'll find a lot of fun. And I think that that's something that you're really going to enjoy. So I'm going to switch over to me and I'm going to take the banner off if I can. There we go, hide it. And wish you all a really, really great week this week. If anyone needs anything in regards to information about products or anything else, then please reach out. You're very welcome to. And in the meantime, you're welcome to go shopping on that same web address that I've just popped up. I'll also put the details for the shop site in the description below, straight after this video. Have a great week, guys. Stay safe, and we'll see you next weekend. Bye-bye.